Hi, my name is Seth Wereska, and I am the Senior Digital Media Specialist at Productive Media. I am also one of the people who was asked to help design the set that we're using for some instructional videos as we transition to doing more and more remote presentation. So today I'm going to walk us through some of the set and the thinking that went in behind it, and why we made some of the choices that we made. So first thing I want to talk about is we did in fact put in a stage. We did this because we find that presenters who are used to being on stage center when they get on a stage. It puts them into presentation mode. For people who aren't used to being on a stage, it really doesn't make a difference, but it does allow us to get a little bit more out of presenters who are used to being on stage, sort of the C-class executive type people. Another thing that we did, since we can't have more than one person up here really, maybe two, we put in some flat panel monitors. And we can put on the flat panel monitors, we can bring in people remotely. Here we have a simulation of Rachel talking to us and her PowerPoint next to her. And I can be interacting with Rachel, she can be interacting with me. It's a much more natural way to carry on a conversation than strictly looking into a laptop screen and trying to get that connection going, especially if you're on a stage presenting. Another thing that we decided to do was we wanted to make this a more dynamic stage. We wanted to make it a more flexible stage so that we can change its look very quickly. So we used rear projection instead of a hard cyc or something. And we can put whatever imagery we want behind the person speaking. These are some USGS photos we snagged real quick, but it allows for very dynamic backgrounds. We can also put content back there. We can put PowerPoint back there. We can change the mood on a per point basis as people are talking. In that same vein of making the set a little bit more dynamic, we did actually include some LED uplighting. It adds some nice visual interest, and it actually allows us to change the mood very quickly just by changing the colors in the truss warmers or in the LED uplights. We also did set up remote control of our studio lighting, very standard interview lighting, but we can bring the lights up and down, the dynamic. Thank you, Nick. It's about making things quick to change on set if we need to. Behind the scenes, we have 3 cameras. 2 of them are sort of side angles that we can go to. One of them has a kick monitor in front of it. If you follow me, I can show you our control room. The first thing that you are greeted with when you come into the control room is the back of our encoding rack. These are purpose-built computers. They are redundant, so there are 2 identical systems. They allow us to bring in remote conferencing calls, or they also allow us to do redundant dual backup streams to whatever content delivery network we're using for a given production. It's just a nice to have. The next station that we arrive at, and it's unmanned right now, is our audio station. This is actually audio, PowerPoint, and another option for bringing Zoom calls in and out. We went with a digital board so that we could do more specific routing. We can do what's called mix minus back to the people talking. We can send the mic only where it needs to go. We can bring the Zoom call to only who needs to hear it. It's very important. It helps to reduce echoing. We talked about the PowerPoint, a couple of extra monitors just for what's going on. And then this is our master control room area. We have lighting control, media playback, and we also have our main switching surface. We are using a 2ME mixer, which is not that important, but what it does mean is that it gives us a lot of options for layering graphics in front of our presenter, behind our presenter, controlling what's going to the side monitors, controlling what's going to the kick monitor. We can run a lot in and out of that switcher, which gives us a lot of options during the production. Now, does it always have to be this complicated? No, not always. We set all of this up because we're doing some internal cross-training and because we want to show what's possible. You should just choose the parts that you need for your production. Speaking of productions, we are going to be doing some more. We are going to be doing some philosophical stuff, and we're going to be doing some more technical, hands-on stuff. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, we would invite you to like and subscribe, and we would also love to hear from you. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, you can comment on social media, or you can email us at this email address that we're going to make up later. Thanks for watching. Look forward to talking to you soon.